Greetings, adventurers! Hello, hello. It's your story weaver Alexei. Obviously, I'm back finally. However, we have a little different thing here. So, welcome to another special Guild D&D one-shot. aka, well, actually, not D&D. We decided to do something spicy. Here around our channel, we like to bring brand new systems into light. So, we added a new one to our list. And I will be your game master for today's one shot. And what is that system, you might be asking? Well, we are going to be playing a Cosmere one shot. Yes, you heard it right, folks. The mythical, legendary, amazing Cosmere RPG books that I've been raving about. It's finally here. But what is this one shot? Well, it's called the Escort mission that nobody wanted. We are going to be going with a little party here of three folks, three sellswords that traveled the land to line their pockets as any sellsword does, right? So, what exactly went wrong for them to, well, get to get an escort mission that, well, they didn't want? Well, sometimes plans don't go to plan. Is that right? I think so. Well, I guess you'll find out in a little bit why exactly. But let's just say they were in an escort mission that they wanted because it paid well, and now they're in one that was pushed onto them without, well, actual pay. But we'll see. Uh, Tonight's players, however, tonight's sellswords in this storm-ridden land are none other than Aaron, Heekon, and Speedy from the Sands of Timetable. Yes. Unfortunately, Bio won't be able to join us today. She was part of our party for today, of our group, but some technical issues with, lights going on and everything in the distant lands of Terrine happen to fuck up our plans. But we live, it's fine. Wish her all the best. If you wish to catch up with our campaigns, however, we have our latest episode currently, latest episodes currently available because we have multiple campaigns. You can find the links down below. We post our VODs 2 days after our live streams, but if you are a subscriber, you can see them right now here on this little purple app. Uh, yeah, it's purple. I was going to say a little bit lilac, but it's mostly purple. As for announcements, this week we have the return of the guild's original worlds created by our videomancer, Econ. Imperium is back with another myth to unravel. As a new set of characters, we'll need to find a way out of a mysterious realm that merges with the material plane in the northern lands of Phalor. Now, the party will be comprised of Jay from Curse of Strahd and Syndicate, Tsubaki from Syndicate, Barbs from Aegis, Sands of Time, and now Lex Istutier. And we have the return of Analu, who you may remember from Aegis. Very sweet, sweet, sweet person. This Wednesday at 9:30 p.m. GMT. Don't miss it. I will come to your house. Don't miss it. Now, as for our regular schedule, we will have Sands of Time on Tuesday, Curse of Shroud on Thursday, Syndicate 6 on Friday, Cartographer on Saturday. Ooh, hold on, I need to take a breath. There's a lot of streams. 5 streams in a row, to be exact. So look at you getting so many streams to enjoy. Yeah. Thank you though. For joining. You're very lucky. A reminder, however, you can submit your artwork in the guild's Discord server to be featured in our gallery that you can see during the breaks of every stream. Remember, no bot, AI, robotic, clanker art will be featured. So we don't condone it. It's a scratch disc. It's a you know what we think around here. Don't forget though, you can listen to this campaign or to this one shot and all our campaigns on our podcast streaming platforms. Links down below. And now, what you have all been waiting for. let's get this show on the road.
Hello.
There
Hi.
we go.
Hey, hey.
There we
How's
go.
everyone doing?
Doing great.
Doing just fine.
All right. Perfect. Y'all ready? Y'all ready to go through things that you didn't sign up for?
100%.
I
All
already
right.
do it on the daily.
Definitely.
It's called my 9 to 5.
Yeah. I'm not getting paid too.
Is that a lie?
Yeah. Well,
Um,
without further ado, though, yes, begin.
no, nothing.
Without further ado, though, let's see where this little story takes us. Now, the world of Roshar is a vast world filled with brimming cultures, fascinating creatures, and 1,001 stories sprinkled all around the place. And one of those stories is this one. As some of you might know, some of you might not, Cosmere is the kind of the MCU of Brandon Sanderson, the writer for the books of Mistborn and Stormlight Archive. The second of which, Stormlight Archive, is where Roshar is located. Well, actually, Stormlight Archive are the books that happen in the world of Roshar. A lot of things happen. War broke out, conflict everywhere, drama, depression. However, we're not going to be, in the midst of all that. We're going to be 3 years after the war broke out, but 3 years before the books start. So, if you guys know anything about the lore or the stories, don't worry. There's not going to be any recurring or lore related characters. This is completely a standalone thing. So yeah, if there's also any lore or canon things that we might have missed, I only read the first 2 books and I'm finishing Edge Dancer right now, so it is what it is. The books also have thousands of pages. My memory has only like 50. Now, with this being said, we're gonna start over here in Tomat. This nice little town, this little city at the edge between the princedom of Vama and the land of Jakavet and Herdas. Those 2 neighboring nations hold kind of the same, give or take, culture, as at least surrounding Vorinism and certain traits of it. So, like women that come of age have to keep their left hand covered, and so does the waitress that settles down a tray full of breakfast food for our 3 individuals here that have now descended from their rooms and are eager to get some grub in their belly. As she takes the tray, leaves, who wants to start us off and describe their character?
I think he's talking to you. You can go on.
As the one that probably looks like the person that is, a little bit closer to normality here.
Fine. I mean, you do
Also,
have a fair
normal
point.
is crazy.
Because you're
Normal.
you're in the you're in Elithgar, however, you're also at the border of Jakaved. So
Well, what you see is this human, this Unkalaki human with some Vendan traits. He is this young man, likely. I mean, young man, young adults, mid 20s, getting closer to 30s. Still young, still very young, with long black hair tied up in a ponytail. Um, Small, like just this small beard, nothing much. Dream, not to
Not unruly.
not unruly. Exactly. Thank you. Uh, Dark skin. His eyes are actually very light. They're almost white. And he just carries himself as well, a very well put together man, trying to blend in per se, with a
Okay.
long jacket covering his clothes, just moving downstairs.
All right, perfect. Uh, as you're moving downstairs, you settle in next to your two companions here, one of which seems to be a little out of place here. Ari, would you care to tell us how your character looks and how are they doing, all things considered?
Okay, so you see this like um parchment woman, just white skin, uh red marbling around her skin, like covering her face, going throughout her body, like just um like waves of like strands of marble just going through her skin. um Red hair tied up in a ponytail, a mix of like dreadlocks and like loose hair, kind of disheveled, but tied behind her head. Um, she has like black eyes, yellow irises, and she seems to be like there, but with while everyone else has like super duper high internet speeds, she's still just running on DSL. Just yeah, that's pretty much it. That's pretty much what it's.
All right. And sitting right next to her, we have a completely contrasting individual. Speedy, what does your character look like?
So my character looks like a human in his early 30s, probably. He is a man. He's wearing a hoodie, but you can tell that he's bald, but he still has like a beard, similar to this one, just a small beard goatee, basically. And he's just he has this air of like he's full like black clothed, and he has this air of if you try to mess with him or something similar, you know, there is some danger to his persona per se. So he is definitely equipped and always looking around, and somehow he still feels like he's always attentive to Shuri, which is the character that Arin described. He's always looking at her and waiting anything that she might do or say.
All right, perfect. As you have this completely contrasting group of individuals, as you settle, Egan, remind me, what is the name of character? Sorry,
Navil.
Navel. As you sit down, Navel, you have breakfast just served. As you were coming down the stairs, you saw the tray settling down, the waitress putting everything in front of in front of your travel mates, and as she kind of like puts a bowl of porridge in front of Shuri, she kind of like frowns awkwardly, but like, puts the tray under her armpit, goes back, starts working on other tables and back in kitchen. As you settle down, there is this cloud just completely kind of hovering above all three of you. You're somewhat rested, maybe not as rested as you'd want to be. I mean, it is quite hard to, well, rest when you're on the run. As you all think of the same thing, the person that is hidden in your room upstairs, this very completely, this very different individual. Some might say they look like Shuri. However, they're much more eloquent. Eloquent. They speak perfect Alethi. And the carapace, the skin, it's a little bit different. The body, the proportions, that's too much, well, almost elegance for a parchment. But who is this parchment? This parchment. Who is this person? Well, let's go back a couple of days. 3 days before your 3 days before this breakfast scene, you were traveling. A mission like any other, escorting a nobleman, a Lighties. They're all the same. They don't even bat an eye. They hire you, give you your marks, and off you go. It seems to be pretty sunny. Not a cloud in the sky as you're traversing through this clay-ridden landscape, almost like a desert, but not quite. You see a lot of these plants kind of almost moving like they're underwater, but not quite. As you pass closer, some of those plants just retract as they feel the vibration of your footsteps. One of the guards of the escort of the Slight Eyes just kind of touches one of the plants with his spear, kind of like taps it as it instantly as it's touched, just starts moving away, just retracting. Written with colors, almost like if a coral reef existed above water and evolved throughout years and years of just storms, but also regular weather that you yourselves as overworlders are used to. As you're walking, you see in the distance the city, the city line of Tomat, the city where you're going to find yourselves 3 days later. I am going to ask all three of you to roll me a perception check, please.
Oh shit. First roll of the session. God damn.
First roll.
Okay. So just a d20, right?
for those of you that don't know, Cosmere is a D20 based system, very similar to D&D. So you guys are going to roll the D20 and add your perception modifier.
I rolled a 5. It was a 2 on the die.
Oh,
I rolled a 9.
Yeah, we're starting great.
I rolled a 2 plus 3, so 5.
So,
Oh.
Navel, you're kind of, looking around, trying to be perceptive, trying to be vigilant. But even the most honed warriors sometimes lose track of their surroundings and get a little bit too much focused on the things inside. What are some of the thoughts that are keeping you distracted?
This is just too much about this mission, actually. About the job that we need to do and the 2 people that I have with me. And I'm rambling about that so much that I'm looking right in front of me and it's like I'm not seeing a thing. I'm seeing everything and I'm seeing nothing at the same time. All because I'm curious about especially the weird relationship that those 2 seem to have.
All right.
Especially
Perfect.
Zet.
All right. So with all of these thoughts, it's almost like you're, driving a car in autopilot, not even thinking, not even looking, not even realizing if you ran the red light or not, and then you kind of like snap out of it and just like realize that you've been driving for the past 2 kilometers and like you don't know if you like run over somebody, if you ran red lights, if you committed multiple traffic violations. You have no clue. But that is currently your situation here. You're kind of completely moving your head. If someone says something to you, you reply, but you're very much in your head. So your eyes might as well be glossed over.
Yeah, seems about accurate.
Yeah. Zeth, you are, well, focused on your surroundings, but only specifically at one element walking right in front of you, very sluggishly, as you see Shuri just touch one of the plants as it retracts and just... if Sid the Sloth was actually more sloth-like, that is what is happening. Or if
No,
Shuri,
it's-
as the most perspective of the 3 right now, what are
It's
some
not
of the
Sid the
things
Sloth.
that the Shuri notices?
First of all, not Sid the Sloth. It's Flash from Zootopia.
Okay, yeah, fair. That's a better comparison.
Sorry, I was just digressing. What was the question? Sorry.
No worries. So, Shuri, as not a very perspective being currently, but the one that still has a little bit more perception of your surroundings than the other 2. What are some of the things that Shuri is looking at that is captivating her from the rest of the things that she might have to keep track of?
Plants and probably like wild animals that she just notices.
Yeah, you see some cremlings that are just kind of like on top of these rocks, and you see just basically some of them crawling all over. You see an axe hound in the distance, just 6 legs, and just perks up. Keeps running. As you all, after a couple more hours, reach closer to Tomet, you, however, don't really get into the city or even close to it. You're very much in the outskirts here. Completely open space full of just it's barren ground with the occasional pops of bushes and a tree or two. And even those same trees feel alive as you see some cremlings on the nearby one start kind of like going up the bark, and you see some of the branches just retract into these bulbous pods as it keeps crawling. You hear a "oh" as the chill just this large kind of like crab-like creature with this essentially a rock for a back, for a shell, and just stops. You see the reins getting being pulled, and you hear the taps of that little long twip-like rod that the driver has, as the chill just has these dull and low kind of gurgling and clicking noises, just as it just looks down, eyes just you see one of the guards open the door to the carriage that this troll is pulling, as you see your light eyes nobleman step out, as he just, "Are we here already? And there's no sign of the merchant, I see." Steps out. "I guess we shall be waiting. Start setting up." Puts his hands inside of his long sleeves and just starts walking towards you. Two of the four guards just start kind of like flanking him and walking behind him as he gets closer to you. "It seems like we're going to have to wait. Scout the perimeter. I want to make sure that there's no robbers or other unwanted individuals. This deal means a lot. And I will pay extra if you do your job well." Walks away. Doesn't even say anything else.
Extra. And they just start walking around.
Extra would
I-
actually be nice.
I follow Shuri in the shadows.
All right.
I'll follow them around as well.
Okay, perfect. So as you kind of like start forming kind of like a inadvertently this kind of mama duck and the duckling situation that should definitely be reversed. However, it is not the case. You see this just like dragging her arms and just walking slowly, looking around, and then two very capable individuals just
Yeah.
right behind.
I'm just thinking, I will follow Master. Master has the right decision. Always.
I'm just following because I'm working with you guys, so whatever you go, I should go. And I'm like, why am I following them? Shouldn't I be on front? No, let the lady guide.
You were
Alright.
not expecting this, Ari.
No,
When making
no.
your character, you were not expecting this.
Oh
at
no,
all.
I was expecting for something like Parchment to show up, but yeah, sure, it's me. Hey,
Yeah.
can a storm come, please?
Eri creates a character. Comic relief, yes. Also Eri, face of the party, leader, decision maker.
I didn't even want to be the comic relief. I just let's go to a wizard and summon a storm, please. Make crap.
But as you're walking around, I am going to ask the three of you, how do you typically let's say how do you typically as a party that has been traveling and working together for the better part of a few months now, having multiple jobs, some escort missions just like this one. What is your process here? How do you usually scout the area? What is your way of making sure that the surroundings are good to go, that there's no unwanted individuals, but also any other extra things that you might want to do, as pertaining to your own character and their own maybe unique ways of doing their job?
Well, I would love to answer that if I was in my nimble form.
As a parchment in your dull, as your dull form, you're pretty receptive of outside orders or things to do. You don't really think twice about it. So, um, what would you say would be your interpretation of somebody of those exact orders? That statement from this light eyes. Scout the area, see if there's any unwanted individuals. If you do your job well, I pay extra. How does that land on Shuri for her to start, well, going through the motions?
Just as I said, extra, and just focus like footprints. Places
I'm
where
gonna say-
an animal could nest.
I'm gonna say, as soon as I see Shuri that is looking at things and trying to figure out how we're gonna set up, I'm just gonna go ahead and ask directly, Master, do you want me to look out for any unwanted danger while we rest?
No, master. Shuri.
Master Shuri, I shall do as you say. Understand? And I'm just gonna start. What I'm gonna do is, if we're setting up camp here, I am just gonna go. If there's rocks around, or
Yeah, there's like it's like mostly a little bit like flat-ish, and then there are some hill parts, some like occasional boulders and more rocky structures. It's like average, a little bit flatter with some moments where it gets a little bit more hill-like. So
okay, I want to go to a spot where I'm like behind a relatively big rock. But then I want to go on top of the rock first and take a look at all the circle, everything around us, and memorize everything where it is at. For example, there's 3 trees over there, there's a few rocks over there. I'm basically memorizing the entire landscape, so that every time I look and I see there's something out of place or there's movement or whatever, I will know. I'll try to figure that out.
okay, perfect. I am going to say you're pretty agile, right? So
Hmm.
I'd say I'm not even going to ask you to roll to like see if you can climb up the everything. So you can just easily get up, start looking, memorizing everything. I'm going to ask you either to roll me a perception with advantage or a survival check. Depending on which one you choose, you're going to have a different benefit, let's put it.
You said perception or survival?
Yeah. If you choose perception, you have advantage. If you choose survival, it's regular, yes. So if you choose perception, you have advantage with the perception. If it's survival, it's a straight roll.
I'll go perception, yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so D20 with advantage, right?
Yes.
That's gonna be a 15.
15. Okay, with the 15, you notice relatively like the what seems to be the more traveled the more traveled road in the distance that is going directly over to Tomat. But you also kind of like do that 360, right? And you notice that trail of the footprints from the chol, the wheels, like leaving these lines on the ground, and you see the flanking footprints of your group, and you kind of like start measuring the distance. Main road. Okay, it would take at least, give or take, half an hour from somebody from the main road to reach us here. No, wait, hold on. You step up a little bit, analyze. Stick out your thumb, do some couple measurements. Okay, no, the better part of an hour. So you're relatively far away from a main road there. Okay, there are maybe a couple spots there where someone would hide. I can check that later, but from here it seems to be clear in the distance as well. Okay, so far so good. Huh. A little bit opposite of you from the other side, kind of like trailing the same, almost the same road that you did up to this point, but completely opposite of you, going towards your little quick stop here, is a caravan. You see just a bunch of chols just
And it's moving.
moving towards you.
How estimating how long would it take for them to reach us?
That one, give or take, between 20 to 30 minutes from that distance.
All right. After I
That speed
memorize,
especially.
yeah, after I'm memorizing everything, I am going to go to the party.
Mhm.
And I'll go, Master Shuri. Master, listen. We have company. 20 to 30 minutes there will be a caravan approaching. Should I warn our contractor?
I just
It shall be done. And I will just go and tell our contractor that there's a caravan approaching.
All right. You kind of walk on over to him, and you see at this point he already has a small table set up, a little chair, and what seems to be kind of like a makeshift quick tent, like for poles, and like a little bit of a cloth on the top, just shielding him from the sun. You see him just slurping on some tea as you arrive.
Apologies. There is a caravan approaching in 20 to 30 minutes from that direction.
That must be the merchant then. Alright. Start setting up the chests. Make sure that all the broams and marks are in the same side. Alright. Thank you. Anything else?
I just nod. That will be all.
Alright, dismissed.
I walk back to the party.
Let's see. Neville, what is
Yes, sir?
your approach here? You saw Shuri kind of like do the typical like searching footprints. Zeth had that interaction with Shuri. Went on over to check the surroundings. You want to say something?
Yeah, just 1 minute. I'll be right back. It'll be quick.
I think
yeah.
Nava would be very much hands on the job, to put it like this.
Mm-hmm.
So he would just look around for anything that might be suspicious, and he is not exactly when it comes to just like putting his hands on stuff. So just moving things out of the way, trying to, for example, if there is a footprint, he'll put his hand there and try to read the footprint and analyze stuff. More like that.
Mm-hmm.
If he has to cut a tree, like a branch or two, he will. more of his approach.
Okay. I'd say make me a survival roll.
Survival?
Yeah.
Yes, sir. A 7. This me, right?
You know, you try to get rid of a few branches, clear up a bit, and as you get close to one, and you kind of like start, take off your axe and just start doing the choppy chops. You see those life spread, those motes of green light just hovering above the trees, and the moment you start hacking on clearing some of them out, you see the strand just fade away, and you kind of stop as you just feel a little bit of that internal conflict inside you, as you kind of like just maybe this is not as necessary. I can find another way to okay, yeah. You kind of just go through the rest of your rounds as you would typically do. After 20 to 30 minutes, you kind of convene closer to your contractor, basically flanking him at this point, protecting, making sure that no extra surprises come your way. And as you see the caravan getting closer, oh, she'll stop, eyes just lazily looking around, just chilling a little bit. You see those those huge antenna that they have, kind of just one of them starts kind of like tickling Shuri a little bit. And you see
I squint.
this larger individual larger individual step out from the carriage, and you notice that this caravan is indeed a caravan. There's like 3 different carriages, or one of them is actually a carriage. 2 of them are larger wagons. One of them is completely covered with a tarp. Everything's nicely secured in place with ropes. The one at the end, however, you see a wooden floor, a wooden ceiling, and bars on the sides. As you recognize that to be a slave trader. Obviously, they deal in other things as well, but let's just say people sometimes are worth a good chunk of bronze, or marks, depending. You see this larger gentleman step out from the carriage, and you just see this portly Thalen man, white eyebrows, just completely kind of like brushed perfectly thin, and then bushing out completely on the sides, kind of covering the sides of the head completely, almost like that Reed Richards look, completely black hair on top, and this white covering with the eyebrow hair on the sides. 2 golden earrings riddled with rings on one hand, and a couple of bracelets on both. And you see kind of like almost like leather guards on the forearms, but an overall like comfortable, well taken care of clothing, with like very nicely put like accent pieces, like a little pop of color here, a little pop of ostentatious accessories there, and like steps out and just ah apologies for the delay. Oh, bastard. As you can see, I am traveling with a full pack. Enough. We're here on business, are we not? Ah, of course we are. Well, how about we ease into it, shall we? There's a lot on the agenda for today. Fine. The ledgers. You see the Light Eyes' assistant, this young girl, no older than 19. Light brown hair with a singular streak of black hair. Tied up behind her, you see a leather glove on her left arm, obviously, since she's of age. This kind of tasteful attire of muted down clothing, but mostly greens, browns, and grays on her. This kind of like more like a work dress. As you see her take out the ledgers and they start talking business. A few hours pass as they make the exchanges. Smaller chests are traded, products are given. A lot of things passing from hand to hand. Clouds start building up at this point. The sky not as clear as it was hours before. Apologies. It seems that traveling at my age does not go so well with my physique. But it seems we got most of the things out of the way. On to the main course. Enough with the theatrics. You said you had something interesting, unique. Something not even the prince has. Now, that is a lofty statement. I expect you to honor your word. So, what is this unique amenity? Of course, of course. Bring him. You see the guards. They aren't really guards. They're more like true mercenaries. You see what seems to be a Vedan man, kind of like brown hair on just majority of his head, but there are these two streaks of just bright red, kind of like tracing these, almost like a sports car's lines, kind of like tracing perfectly back, and relatively short, so it kind of gets broken up with the brown hair. So short length, a little bit of a scar tracing the top of the eyebrow all the way to kind of like the beginning of the hairline there on one of them. The other one seems to be a little bit more on the lankier side, just kind of holding himself more vigilant, but kind of trying to pass unnoticed. This contrast of a more of a bulky man and someone more nimble. Both of them go on over to the third wagon, filled with people. The bulky one with the scar just moves, takes a club, hits it on the bars. Move! All the way to the back. Some of the slaves move hurriedly. Others, move or I'll move you. Quick, pull him. Open up. The lanky one just takes the keys, opens up the door, steps inside. Come on now. You hear chains. Don't be a fool. Steps. You see the lanky man step out first. And a burlap sack on top of this individual that is kind of like holding a lot of like layers that covers their skin. You can't really see anything. You don't really see hands or face or barely the feet. Move. As the door opens up, another one opens to the tavern. As you're eating your breakfast 3 days later, you hear this metallic clanking and shuffling of leather. Guards. Soldiers. Some of them holding spears. The one in front with this almost like kind of like a small banner showing that he's of a higher rank. A hand just holding the pommel of a sword. Looks, scans the room, sees you. Looks Shruti up and down. Goes on over to the kitchen, to the bar area. Who is the owner?
Oh, that would be me. Sorry, how can I help you?
You see this kind of man going from middle age to, his golden years, if you will. Like early 60s, kind of leathered skin a little bit. Mostly gray hairs by now, but some streaks of kind of like dark brownish gray are still there. And this kind of like pointy goatee. And you seem kind of like,
What seems to be the issue, sir?
there has been a murder 3 days ago of a Vamalaitais. It seems it was an exchange that went wrong. We are here from his wife. And we're looking for any traces of killers and suspicious folk here. Tell me, has anyone looking suspicious passed by here? You see that the body language, the face, this captain here, lieutenant, sergeant, whoever he is looking directly at the gentleman. But there's a feeling at the back of your neck just creeping up. You feel your hairs just start standing up more. As you kind of just have You briefly look up, Zeth. You see him side-eye you as he's looking back and looks back at the owner. There has been some tracks. Not everyone has died. So we're looking for fugitives. Theories are that they're the ones that did it. So, if you find them, or anything else, let us know.
Of course, sir. Of course.
Move. We got more shops to check. One of them kind of knocks the chair that you're sitting on, Neville, and you kind of feel this as you kind of like briefly look up expecting what it would be a usual, like, oh, sorry, didn't intend to. One of the spirit guards just Unkalaki, and just moves. As this is a clear sign of you staying too long in Tomat, what do you guys do?
Master, if I may. Master Shuri, I believe we have been here for too long. We should probably move somewhere else. I look at Neville.
I also look at Neville just.
We should move.
Then, Shuri, why don't you go ahead?
We can't forget that person.
Just stop talking.
Alrighty. As you start walking and going over to your room, open up the door, you see the individual still in those same coverings. That same slave from 3 days before, sitting on a chair, reading a book. One that is completely drenched from the rain 3 days ago. As he pulls up the hood, marbled skin, carapace hair. As you see Kathan, what you thought was a Parshmen is a Parshendi. It seems that we should get a move on. Would I be right to assume?
Correct.
Yes.
Good. The deepest ones, they are very, very perceptive, so the more places we move, the harder it is for them to keep track. Stands up. Thank you. I will find a way to repay you at the end of this. Puts up a hood.
Hiding.
Yes, Shuri. Hiding. You start stepping down, and you kind of see a lot of the place of this tavern kind of vacated after that encounter. And you see a lot of the staff members just as the steps creak underneath your feet, they perk up, look. Pretend to go back to work. There's no owner in sight. Open up the door. Start leaving.
I want to be in front and check every time we just move a corner or get out of the door. I always check left and right, see if there's anyone suspiciously looking or something similar.
Okay, well, lucky for you, as you open up the door, the street is completely empty. You move out, look one side of the street, no one, look to the other. You see that same sergeant just flicking a knife. Took you long enough. Soldiers flanking you from one side of the street, one's appearing behind them. Now, how about we make this easy? And you come with us. And we have a nice long talk about what happened. And maybe you clear your names. If you have any. Kind of does a little bit of a disdainful look towards Shuri. And then just, or we can do this the hard way. And my men can finally get their pound of flesh. You see, even though this is near a lot of borders, it is terribly boring. So, which one shall you choose?
How many of them are surrounding us?
You see four soldiers, so 2 behind you, 2 in front of you, with the captain in front.
I'm just going to turn to these two. Shuri no fight.
You hear Kathan just underneath the hood. I am currently not in my relay form, so I am not as nimble as I could be. So, it is best we avoid any conflict.
I look at Neville. Yeah.
I'm already like hacks in hand, like if they touch the lady, if they touch Zeth, they meet my ex. But I'll only go if you say go.
I legit cannot fight.
Fuck.
Parchment cannot fight, guys.
What the fuck?
Can a mighty storm come up and strike me with lightning or some shit, please? Summon
So
the
I will
lobster.
actually turn. I'll turn to you and give you this, Suri. Do you want to run? Suri, do you want to run? Do you want to just
I
run?
turn to our little friend.
Yeah.
Run.
It would be preferable.
Run.
I'm gonna
Because
tell.
if
I'm
you want to
gonna.
run, I can just grab you and start to run out of there.
Zeth, you were gonna say?
Yeah, I was gonna say I. Jesus Christ, what a mess. I'm gonna tell. I'm gonna send a look to Neville in a way signaling that I'm going to send out a distraction so we can run away, I guess. And I'm going to reach into my bag. Let me just check real quick what I have. I'm gonna grab. I have a bottle of alcohol. Great. I'm gonna grab that, and I'm going to throw it at the captain.
Mm-hmm.
And we're gonna make a run for it backwards towards the 2 guys.
Okay. All right. So as you just kind of like hearing this little back and forth between between Shuri and Navil, you're kind of like, yeah. Phew, as the sergeant just like, don't make this. And as the bottle hits and a loud cling is heard, we're gonna go on break.
Okay.
Let's go.
5-10 minutes. I'll be right back. Don't leave, or else I'll find you and I'll hit you with a chair. Be right back.
That's
no,
dangerous.
Shuri, no 5. Yo, mama's a hoe. Oh, we're live. All right, welcome back, everyone. Hope you had your very nice break and got some tea, because well, we're about to see if someone is about to start kicking ass or getting their ass kicked. So let's see what we get. All right, so as you throw the bottle, Zeth, clink, as the sergeant like goes down, just get the bastards, and you start darting towards the opposite way, where the two guards are. What are you going to do now? I'm assuming that you guys, are trying to go at this in the more careful manner. How so? Not so much combat oriented. However, I will give you the option to, if you want, we can try out the combat, I guess, side of it without actually giving you anything, specific to. Without it being specific to actually, like, I get hit, like, just so you can have a little bit more of a frame to work with. So if you want to do that, sure. If not, we can go with your skills and your decision making in the moment. But just so you know, combat, you basically have two types of turns. You have a fast turn and a slow turn. And if you pick a fast turn, you have 2 actions. If you have a slow turn, you have 3 actions. And you have a bunch of things that you have on your character sheet in terms of abilities and things that you can do that can pertain to 1 action, 2 actions, 3 actions, or a special activation. You also have your reactions, your movements, and stuff like that. So if you want to kind of like structurize a little bit, we can do that. If you just already have a plan in mind that you want to try out that is a little bit more open, hit me. Whatever it is, let me know.
I was thinking that while we started running, that I would engage the guard on the right, and I would signal to Neville to engage the guy on the left, so that the rest of the party could move and escape.
Okay.
I'm not going for like anything too offensive. More like I'm just trying to parry him while I let my party pass.
All right. So you can take like a brace action if you want to. So you can kind of just basically stand in front of him, just try and take a brace. However, do you have any weapons or things like that could give you the brace action? Because you need to have some sort of either cover or equipment that would let you do that. So is there a way that you try to lure the guy on the right to like a space where you can do that, or is there honestly, I can actually
I was thinking.
Go ahead for you first.
Yeah, I thought about just instead of actually attacking him, I'm going to go up to him fast and just crouch and try to kind of like leg him to make him fall.
Okay. So like kind of like a sliding. I was about. Yeah, how is rasteiro in Portuguese?
Yeah, like
in
tripping.
Portuguese. Yeah, like so you go for a trip on the legs. I'd say go on and make me. Ooh, what is that going to be? Yeah, that has to be physical. So go ahead and make me either an athletics or a. Yeah, I like either athletics or an agility check.
All right, here we go. That is a 18.
18. You kind of like just slams face down, spear clanging on the ground as you slide, get up, look back as he just gets up trying to get you, but you're already darting forward. Neville, what do you want to do?
I want to grab the lobsters. First of all,
All right.
Oh, that's racist.
so I can. I know. I want
Crabs, lobsters, shrimps.
Yeah, just to bring them to say bring them to safety or to a place where they can just be like, well, not fighting because Shuri no fight.
Mm-hmm.
So I'll
Shuri no
just
fight.
Shuri no fight. I'll just grab Shuri, and run to find the place where I can place her without having to, put her in danger. If I need to run over someone, I will.
Okay, well, in this case, you have to run someone over as you have the guard on the left that was left for you by Zeth. So, how do you try and run them over as you have Shuri just under your
Shuri,
arm?
how hard is your shell? Do you have a shell? How explain me how you work.
I'm sorry.
Can you curl up in a ball?
I
Wait.
just read Jun's message in chat. Yes. My character's name is Shooty. You know, bang bang.
No, Shooty is amazing. That's great. That's actually fucking great.
Sorry, what was the question? You can.
Do you have like a shell or something? Can you? How is?
I don't have.
Who are you?
I don't have a shell because I'm not in my nimble form. But like, do Parshmen like still have the little like protrusions, or are they just smooth skin?
They're mostly marbled skin.
Okay, so no protrusions like regular Parshendis.
No. Yeah.
Okay.
Yes. You can like hold weapons and try to attack, but like you're not as obviously as nimble, as you are in your nimble form. Like you can fight. It's not really the best thing that you should do in that form, but it's not something that, like, if push comes to shove, it's not something that is not entirely off the table. But in this case, I mean, you are a little bit on the clunky side in your dull form, so you're kind of, cannonball it.
Yeah. So I'll just be like both on my shoulders, and I'm just gonna be like head first, like I'm some ram or something. Like out of the way.
You hear Kathan say, I can run by myself, but,
Yay!
You're enjoying this, aren't you, Shuri?
Yay!
Oh, I can't wait for the next high storm.
Me neither.
So, Neville, you are going to try and run him over?
Yes.
All right. I'm going to ask you to make me an athletics check then.
This is your last chance, okay? This is your last chance, and if you fail, I'm changing this. I need to threaten my dice more often. It was a 23.
With the 23, as you start running, the guard starts putting the spear in front of you, but as Kathan is kind of like, I swear I can run by myself, and starts moving around. One of his feet just starts swarming and goes wide, parries the lance accidentally, and as you see that, look to the guard, smile, boom, as you just gets slammed, lands on the ground, slams. You hear this weird clang, 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 clang behind you as you start running, and Katana just looks, sees the guard down. Well, on second thought, there might be more. Hunkers down on your shoulder.
Run
As
and
you
find
keep
somewhere
darting-
to just leave them.
I am going to ask you guys to all make me agility checks to see if you can make enough distance to run away from them.
I mean, I'm being carried.
At this point, like, Neville would
okay.
probably have to put you down since you're not as strong enough to keep for that, carrying them for that long. So at some point you have to put them down, which is actually better for you with your higher agility, Neville.
That's gonna be a 16 for me.
21.
There's a really, really cute Kremling that just gets yoinked by a sky eel as you're kind of like, run. And you look to the side and just.
Okay.
As you get distracted, start running, and then Zeth, you're kind of like, and will this, yeah, master, look back, look forward, look back again, stop, run, start running back.
Yep.
I rolled the first natural one on this one shot, guys. Fuck yeah.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Get it out of the way.
All right,
Wait, how do I have that?
Neville,
21.
21. All
21.
right, and Zeth.
I got a 16.
16. Okay. With those rolls, Neville, you can roll stealth with advantage as you manage to kind of break off a little bit. Zeth, you kind of try and hurry your master, and Shuri, you kind of like snap back into it like, oh yeah, this is not the best situation. And Cathan kind of just starts also like hurrying you, Shuri. So all three of you are a little bit lagging behind, so your rolls are straight. So just full on regular stealth. Actually, for sure, because of the natural one, that would be with disadvantage.
Disadvantage. And it's a what? Sorry.
Stealth.
So I just rolled 2 times, right? As per usual.
Yeah, same thing with advantage. Same thing as D&D. Like in this case, you pick the lower roll of the two. Add your
It was a
modifier.
15. The higher roll was
you
a
are
19 without the modifiers.
You are snapped back to reality by Cathan as with a 15, you're kind of like, yes, hunkered, hide, and you start moving towards where the general direction where Neville went. Zeth.
I went back, right?
Yeah.
So I'm going to try and grab Shuri as quickly as possible.
Mm-hmm.
And I'll just go, we have to go. No, master, please.
Mm-hmm.
Just push master to run away.
Okay.
Yeah, just on her back, just pushing while running.
As you keep doing that, what is your stealth roll?
That's 9.
Disadvantage, I think, right?
Oh, disadvantage?
No, only you because
only
you
me,
had the
okay.
natural one because of the agility,
I
because
thought
you
he also
completely
got it
stopped
because
your
he came
momentum.
back for me.
Well, for that, actually, that would also factor in. So yeah, that would be with disadvantage too.
Shit, I threw under
Good
the bus. I
point.
should have stayed quiet. Fuck.
Yeah, you definitely ruined it because now I got a natural 1. that's
Twinsies!
a natural 1
As
for
ma-
a 5.
Yeah, I mean, servants see, master do, or however it goes. But that definitely factors in, and unfortunately, as you start pushing Shuri out of the way and trying to make distance so they manage to hide themselves, you unfortunately have this moment where you are very like sure-footed, right? Or
Yeah.
close to it. And as you are making way, you don't typically trip, especially when you know what's in front of you as you're running. And as you feel something hit your foot, you feel your entire momentum carrying you forward, that inertia starting to push you forward as your body starts falling, and you kind of give that last push to Shuri as they manage to turn into an alley and find a way to cover as your body flumps down. You kind of tumble a bit, get up, and there's like something weird in that split second of your perception. There was the road is clear. There's nothing that could have obstructed you. So you instinctively look back, and you see this singular bump in the road, completely differently colored. It's kind of like dark gray, almost black, and you see it rise as you see the top of a wrist, as a hand just appears from the ground.
Nope.
And you see a red and black carapace just appearing from the ground, and red eyes staring directly at you. As you look, everything around you just freezes for a moment. And those red eyes, Rain. The exchange has already happened. The Parshman is under your Bright Lord's possession now. And you are currently just setting up your own tents as this loud rain just crashes in. Try to get some rest. You hear some of the guards passing by, their feet sploshing in puddles of rain and creme as you hear that slosh of mud just...
And that doesn't look like a parchment to me if you look at whatever's underneath that hood. That's no parchment. Stop chickening out. That's probably something from the higher-ups. You never know what these princes have. You think they have the same loincloths that we do? Hell no. Anyways, he's a Bright Lord. He can do whatever the fuck he wants. Even buy these exotic parchment. I still think that's not a parchment.
And they walk away as the rest of the conversation is muddled by the rain. There's a few kind of usually are more expectant to follow orders. You're honor bound. Doesn't matter what it is. You do what you're told without a sliver of hesitation. Since you're now resting and you see Shuri just kind of hunkered down, low, almost like a robot trying to trying to like recharge in their station. You usually keep an eye out. But the rain and a full day's walk just starts just giving you that sensation of a lullaby. You try to fight it off, but sleep takes you. You start nodding off. Thunder. You perk up, eyes wide open, instantly look at Shuri. Looks up. Goes back. Rain. Aggressive as always. Another thunder. See the flashes of lightning. Try to get comfortable, and something crashes down, but this time it's not thunder. It's like equipment, metal, something falling. I mean, it is pretty hard to move. Ah! A scream. Damon! It's them! Ah! And you hear this almost like wave of screams. And you hear this scream of a girl, a young woman. Just, ah! A monster! Cut short. The assistant of the Bright Lord that you serve. You start hearing, "To arms! To arms! We're under attack!" Instantly you perk up.
I grab my dagger. I'm ready. Just standing in front of Shuri for now.
Okay. Dagger in hand, you have Shuri, and the wind, the storm, not a high storm, but a storm is still aggressive, starts knocking and just kind of like sending these pulses of wind, these gusts, as you feel one of the walls of your tent just flapping. You're looking at the entrance, you're looking at the flapping tent. Thunder. Another flash of lightning, shadows of people moving. A shadow of a spear, a sword. Someone falling. Another thunder, another flash of lightning. But this time there's this looming shadow over you. A figure standing. And moments later, that same fluttering wall of the tent caves in as you see this mass of a body just fall on top of it limply as something rips. Just limp body. And you see this reddish hue start spreading from that bulge. That's a dead body if you've ever seen one. Instinctively, that's not the place for you to be. You move Shuri. The flapping tent just at this point is way more, it's way ripped, way more loose. You pass through it, and the first thing you see, one of the guards just flumped on your tent, that same bulge. You see no visible like knives, anything stuck, but there has been a battle. You perk up, you look at the other camp, and you see shadows moving. One goes into a rock, a boulder, and just disappears into it. Reappears on the other side of a tent that was nearby. It's looking for someone. Something. Turns up. Looks back. And you see these two red dots staring at you from their head. As they tilt it, they fall through the floor.
Mm-hmm.
As you feel something grab you right behind you, you look unhooded. Cathan, please! They're here for me. Don't let them get me, please. I'll do anything. Help me out of here. Shh.
Don't
The
make a
parshman
noise.
is speaking.
I am going to. Is Neville here?
I am, I think, because I was also
You.
to roll.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I'm
you
going
cut-
to
you cut
signal
the
to them to not make a noise. And we're gonna start walking slowly in a line, like crouched. Try to avoid any movement or danger outside of us.
Okay. I am going to ask you to roll me stealth checks with advantage because of the rain.
The other one that I was meant to roll as well,
Uh,
or was
the stealth,
not.
the 20 something that you rolled.
Yeah, is
That's
that one
from
now or?
No, that's from 3 days later as you were
Okay.
hiding from the guards. This is the one from the flashback
with
Okay.
advantage, you said?
with
Because
advantage
you
because
gave
of
me
the rain.
advantage,
Correct.
and now I got confused.
No, you fortunately have advantage on both for different reasons.
So
I
wait,
gotta.
do I have two or no? I'm so sorry. I'm very confused.
You just
Right,
roll
now you roll
stealth with
for
advantage. That's all you
roll
have to
stealth
do.
with advantage. That's all you have to do. And thank you for that advantage because it was a 23 and a natural 1.
Do I also have advantage?
Yeah, because of the
Yes,
rain.
yes.
So that's 20. Stealth.
Stealth,
Okay. 20, 23, and
23?
18.
I think it's 23, right?
18.
Yeah, 23. Okay.
All right. 18, 20, 23 is fortunately enough. As you start moving quietly, you kind of hug the face of a boulder. Rain pouring. Thunder hits, another flash of lightning. You see this flash kind of like engrave itself into your memory. Bodies laid flat, puddles of blood mixing with creme swirling as you start seeing some red lights, death spread. You start seeing some of those lights kind of like start turning a different color, more maybe a little brownish yellowish. You can't quite tell from this distance, almost like your vision is blurred.
Also, Alex, I think
Hold
your
on, my internet is
saying
shit.
no. Yeah. Yeah.
Yep. Because everything was crashing. Everything was crashing the moment I was talking. I was like, what the fuck is happening?
It's a storm.
Yeah, it's a storm.
It is a storm indeed. It is a storm indeed. Right in the moment I was saying, like, your vision starts... but your vision kind of is a little bit hindered both by the rain, but also seems like there's something else, like some invisible force. You can't quite tell from this distance what exactly those spren are, but those seem to be almost like hands grabbing onto the dead bodies. You see right where you were, a little bit in the distance from the ground, a black hand, a shelled head, and just phasing up through the ground. Prowling, looking for you. Looks in your general vicinity at your boulder. Starts walking closer. And the closer it walks... God damn it, my internet is all fucky wucky. I swear to you, I'm alive.
I'm sorry. This changing camera just, it was like this.
I don't know what's happening. My internet is trying to. I don't know. It's being a bitch.
Tell it to screw yourself.
But yeah, but as you see this figure of the deep one that you find to be named that by Cathan. You see it walk closer to you, looking at the boulder. However, it's not. Okay, hold on. This is getting very choppy. My internet is fighting me today. Give me a sec. Give me uno secondo.
I can't hear. Oh, okay, you're not talking to her. You're talking to Tsu. Okay. I was confused for a second. Oh, there he goes.
And rip.
So, guys,
The weather.
the weather.
The weather is
Yeah,
great.
Storm. There's storms.
Lots
and
of
shit.
storms this season.
I think we're gonna die.
Yeah, we're gonna die.
Nah, we're fine.
I mean, there's a reason why this is a one shot, right?
I mean, if there is a game for us to die, it's in one shots.
True.
I believe I am alive and better. Hold on.
We hear you?
Just reload a video on Ninja.
Is that a guitar?
Padre, de Filho, de Espírito Santo.
Where did Zeth get a guitar?
God damn it.
Speedy, I'm sorry, that was so good.
Perfect.
That was
Zeth is a
great.
bard. That is not a class that exists in the Cosmere, but is now a thing.
Zeth invented the
Shuri,
box.
Shuri once said she liked to listen to music. Once.
That's all she needed.
That's all it takes. Okay, I think this is... There we go. Is there any music going for the bot?
Nope.
No.
Since I crashed, it also crashed with me. Okay, hold on a second. Let me just disconnect it and connect it again. There we go.
No. It's working.
Ah, yes.
There we go. Nothing that a good old restart doesn't help. But yes, you start you keep looking at this deep one walking towards you. However, it's just looking in your general vicinity. Something about that weird change of the light. Something is interfering with the vision. You're not quite sure what it is. There's like almost like a thin veil of something. And you you barely realize, but when you come to yourself, to come to your senses, the deep one is in front of you. And then looking to the side, looking to the other side. As she starts moving and goes over one of the chests, almost like a spider. Looks up. And you hear almost like a poem being sung, not spoken. But you instinctively somehow recognize the melody, and you hear this for what it is, Shuri. A language. It seems Catan has run away once again. Check the waters. I'll check the hills north. You hear a second voice. Beyond that tent where the chest is near to. Yes, sister. And you see what is a white marbled skin. Deep one as well. Very similar to the black one. Moving. Starts walking and just phases through the floor and disappears. As the first one does the same. As you look to each other, you see Cathan, hood up, hands extended. That shimmer of light, that force disappears. We have to go now. Neville, as you're hiding from the guards, waiting for time to pass, you instinctively hold one of your marks, a diamond mark. It usually holds some light, but ever since those 3 days, ever since that near-death experience with the Deep Ones, whatever it is that Cathan did, it drained all of the light from your diamonds, from your marks. Got you wondering, what else can he do? And you instinctively look to your left and you see Cathan and Shuri talking. But it sounds like a song, a poem. Shurina, how is it being dull form for so long? You must be expecting the high storm with eagerness.
Mm.
Have you all been traveling long?
Mhm.
Hmm. Well, I hope I can find a suitable reward for you after you escort me out. If we make it north, I will find a way to repay you. I promise. Cthon turns to you, Neville. I am sure that Sir Zeth is capable, but shouldn't he be here with us?
I would have preferred so. So,
Well,
if this is how it's supposed to be.
Right. Cthon kind of like instinctively grabs his hand and just starts nervously just moving. And there is this moment where you kind of just are accidentally analyzing Cthon, and you see a mix that you haven't seen in a while, which is weird because usually it doesn't come in mixes. These pulsating and crawling bulbous spren underneath his feet. Purple. Fear spren. But something is falling gently upon it. Pink, like confetti. Shame. Zeth, you see this deep one, the same one that you saw 3 days ago, rise. And it's like the guards running towards you right behind it mean nothing to you. You're frozen. You see that same moving and pulsating, crawling, or actually, better yet, Zeth. What is the strongest emotion that is overtaking your body right now?
While looking at this deep one,
Mm-hmm.
the deep one is looking directly at me, right?
Yes.
I feel kinda, I think, would be helpless. I feel like any movement that I do is gonna be immediately understood by this thing.
Mhm.
So I'm thinking of multiple ways of escaping, but at the same time I can't execute any of them, and I'm just frozen, feeling helpless.
Through the eyes of the deep one, looking at the Zeth fallen on the ground that is now in this prowling position and almost, trying to find an opening. The deep one looks at you, Zeth, and around you, she sees gray crosses spinning. As you notice them in the corner of your eye as well, you kind of just shoo them away. The anxiety spread in the air. And you hear What is that? Is that? No. No! Forget the other ones! Take that one! The deep one just looks back as the guards just go and charge. There's an opening here for you to do whatever it is that you want.
Yeah, as soon as the deep one looks back, that's when I notice that this is the moment that I need to just make a run for it if I have any hope of getting out of here alive. So I'm gonna get up, turn around, and just book it as fast as I can.
You just start running. You don't even look back. You keep running as far away as you can possibly get to. You find an alleyway, and Nabil, you hear the as you see Zeth just glue himself to the wall where you're currently hiding.
Are you guys okay?
Yes, we are alright.
Is there anywhere else that we could go? Like from this point? Like even further.
Character question, DM question.
DM question. Like
Okay.
the area, we're just behind the boulder.
Mm-hmm. You're kind of like in one of the alleyways. This would be, in those 3 days later in present time, as you hide yourself in one of the alleyways. There is one of the things that you noticed about Tomat. One of the things that is, kind of like a staple to this town, to this small city, is the gap. And the gap is quite literally, as the name entails, it's a gap in the wall, like this fortified wall around the city that was there since millennia ago. And the gap is something that happened during one of the conflicts in history. I believe was, if I'm not mistaken, one of the desolations. If I'm wrong, Sanderson nerds, I'm so sorry. But it was something that happened that the wall was completely shattered in that point and was never fixed. So it's kind of known to be almost not an attraction, but definitely a defining element of Tomat. So you are actually not far away from the gap, and if anything, that might be your closest exit out of here.
All right, we should be close to the gap. We should move. Let's run.
You want me to carry Shuri again, or?
I look at Shuri. Master, your decision.
What is that supposed to mean?
That's a yes.
Fine. I grab Shuri. She's on my back, like piggyback,
Let's move.
Okay.
and I go.
All right. You start darting, weaving through the alleyways as you hear some screams in the distance behind you. You don't know anything about that. All you know is that you have to leave. You come across more of a busy street. Some people kind of like overhearing something in the distance, others kind of keeping to themselves. You kind of like just step onto this busy street. There's a child just moving. There's a merchant passing by with his produce. A mother and her son are passing by, a son in his maybe pre-teens, early teens, holding what seems to be some boxes for her. You see some other individuals just keeping to their day-to-day routines. You look around, blend in, move, alleyway. Walk with the cart, shadow, move. Blend with the crowd, move around, street, alleyway, dart. Guards, stop. They pass, keep moving. And Zeth, with every single dark corner that you turn, every single shadow that you step into, there's a knot in your throat. You feel that breath just stuck. You can barely get like a full chest full of like a chest full of air as you're running, and because every single shadow. What if those eyes appear once again? Can you protect your master? The gap. Jump over some boulders. You direct. Stop, look. Coast is clear. You pass through the broken fortified wall, and you dart forward.
After a few minutes, if there's a wall or something, I will signal to stop. I look back. Is there any movement, any suspicious? Are we getting followed? Even though I have this feeling that the eyes might show up at any point, do I have any inkling of something that's following us?
Great question. Make me a perception check. Yeah, make me a perception check.
Oh, Jesus. That's 5.
5. You're a little bit frazzled from what happened, and like this like non-stop run to here did kind of drain you a little bit, so your focus does take a little bit to come back to its peak for you to be able to actually utilize your senses to its fullest. So it seems to be clear. You're not entirely sure, but there's no movement at least.
Yeah. So I'm going to look at the what's his name? His name? The guy.
Kathan.
Kathan. I'm gonna look at him. I'm gonna grab him by the collar and push him against the wall. Who are you? Why are these things following you? What do they want with you?
Listen, there are things beyond your understanding that it just would take too long to sit down and explain.
These are not mere bandits. This is very dangerous. Those things, they can kill us in the blink of an eye.
They can do more than that. Way more. That's why we have to move. I promise I will explain everything that you need to know. But we need to find a place far away from here for us to do that. I do not wish any harm to come upon you or any of you, I promise. I just need to get away.
Master, it is extremely dangerous to do this. Are you sure we should escort this person to wherever they want to go?
And like Shuri turns to you and just friend.
Yes. I understand, Master. Very well. Follow me. And I keep leading the party. Try and go north, I believe.
Yes. You make way with all of your...
I was just going to say, I'm going to tell Neville to stay on the back side of the party, just trying to figure out if we're getting followed or anything at all.
And I will do exactly that. I'm still getting Shuri, by the way. So...
Okay.
Just moving slightly to the back.
All right, all right. I'm gonna say choose one amongst yourselves to make a survival check with advantage.
That's
And
Survival.
Pretty high. I have a +4.
and
Yeah.
Go ahead.
If you have a +4, then go. I have a +3, so you go.
Same.
actually, since this is no, it is with advantage, yes, but this is a very key component in the mechanics here, since we we don't get to try out every single thing from the system in a one shot. Why not try and squeeze one of the cool mechanics in? Shuri, I'm going to ask you to roll that survival with advantage, but also I need you to raise the stakes.
And how shall
Let's
I
go.
do
I need
that,
you to
champ?
add. You shall need to add a plot die to your roll, which is a d6.
Okay.
Now, with the plot die, you have a different result to your roll, as if it's a 1 or a 2 on the d6, you get a complication. If it's a 1, you get a +2 to the modifier, so to the roll, and you get that complication regardless. It's a major complication. If it's a 2, you get a +4 to the roll, but it's more of a lesser complication. 3 and 4 is blank. The test proceeds without any unexpected plot twist. If it's a 5 or a 6, however, that's an opportunity. Whether you succeed or fail, you will have a positive side effect to this roll, which for those of you that follow us in Syndicate 6, in our Daggerheart campaign, or in any other Daggerheart material that you might follow or play, it's very similar to hope or fear.
Hope and fear.
So,
Right, no pressure, guys. I got a 18, 22 on the d20. Okay, no pressure.
That makes it worse. It just means the balance is gonna be worse.
3. Perfect. So, with that great roll, Shuri, you follow the flow, you follow directions, orders, whatever it is, with ease, without even batting an eye. Understanding that you all need to, as a collective, move north and find a safe place, you kind of take lead here. Your hunter skills are still somewhere deep within you, even in your dull form. You manage to move with your party through safer terrain, but also through shortcuts. You manage to make way faster than regular travelers. Until you come across a small little town. A large village, you can't quite tell. It's kind of that odd in between. A village called Daresh. As you're making way. At this point, 2 days has passed, and it is now raining. And that rain is starting to pick up. And from your recollection, you smell the air. And there's something within you that forces a curl of a smile on your lips. There's a high storm coming. And you should probably seek shelter. As you get inside the village of Daresh, how do you find shelter? What is your go to here, since you're technically, well, without their knowledge so far, you're technically runaways, accidental criminals. You're not
Abandoned
entirely
building would
certain.
probably be a good bet.
Okay, with the survival, with the 22, you can see for look for clues or indications that a building is not being inhabited, that you can that you can use. However, you're going to have to force some of those windows, wall, like everything. You're going to have to barricade yourselves if you are going to stay here during the high storm, and it is coming. About 7 hours to go. There is a community shelter. However, you're going to be stuck there for hours, shoulder to shoulder with villagers you have never met and people whose intentions you do not know. But it will be a safer bet for you to survive the night. What do you guys want to do?
So we either go to a place where we can try the best we can to barricade ourselves and possibly survive,
Mm-hmm.
or go to a place with a lot of people we don't know and some of them might actually want us dead and possibly survive.
Mhm. Also, mind you, if you plan to transform, that's going to be terribly hard to do in a crowded place.
So, fellas, what's the? I'm gonna put my own selfish interests aside. With my
Don't worry,
fellow players.
I'll appeal to your self-interest by saying, Master Shuri, what do you prefer?
Is there like an abandoned building that seems like to be more like robust in a way?
More or less, more of like, there's not like a lot of abandoned buildings for you to like, I want this one, Papa. It's like, yeah, you take what you can get. However, there are more robust like pieces of furniture and like things like that you can use as a way to barricade yourselves a little bit better than just a regular door or a storm shutter.
Oh, I guess we'll probably go for one of those.
Yeah,
Okay.
I think
I was scared, Shuri.
All right.
Yeah, I think me and Neville would be doing the
heavy lifting.
of getting the bars and getting everything shut off, so we're inside safely.
Just pushing furniture aside, and Shuri just grabs a board, puts it on the wall. No nail, just replaces it.
Fall. Shuri, help.
We just leave Shuri alone for like 5 minutes, and there's a pile of boards on the ground.
Eri, you're going to have a cogwheel moment with the most polished singular spot in the mansion. All right.
Oh, good times.
Okay,
good
let's
times.
see. Good times indeed. Okay, I'm going to give you guys the option. If you want to roll to see how well you can barricade yourselves, you can either choose crafting or survival, and we'll do an average of everyone.
Okay, I'm gonna go with
Okay.
survival. Not too bad. That's 19.
That's a 7.
Throw those dice away.
Yeah, I just recently bought it.
Threaten them with
Crafting?
Legolas's dagger.
Crafting or survival?
Eh.
I
Survival
did
is
roll.
better.
Yeah, I did roll crafting.
10.
So that's 36 divided by 3. That's 12. We're so
Actually,
gonna
let
die,
me-
guys.
Hold on. Let me roll for Cthon. He's gonna help you out. He's not gonna be like, yeah, good job, Shuri. Bonk, blank falls.
Well, let's see if he's gonna help.
He does help, however, he is too dainty and not very helpful in that regard because that was a 10 as well.
Okay, then divided by 4. That's worse. I mean, if we round up, it's a 12. It's 11.5.
God damn it. God damn it, it's 11.5. I'll round that up to a 12. I'll be merciful. Like, that's much help. All right. So, let's see. Okay. Let's see how that is going to affect you. Just grab something really quickly. Oh no, he's grabbing the book!
Hide.
Oh, he's pulling his cock out! Okay, sorry. the moist
Alexei?
the moist critical references just invaded my frontal lobe so aggressively. Where is the thing that I need to see? There we go. Perfect. Okay. Can I, please? Hello? Perfect. All right. Okay. Where is the thing that I need? Okay. Director's license. Why can't I find the thing?
Yeah, guys.
I guess
Cosmere
internet is gonna be my
RPG.
best
Go
friend.
buy it. It's a really cool system. Totally not sponsored.
I mean-
I fucking wished.
Yes.
I was like expecting to have more trouble because for those that don't know, this is like the first time anyone on this table is playing this. I've been raving about it because I wanted to play it because I'm a big fan of the books, but as like the actual system, first time playing it, I'm actually enjoying this quite a lot. We didn't like manage to like experience a lot of the mechanics, maybe because it's so analogous and so like easy to understand like D&D because it's so similar. I'm actually quite enjoying this because it kind of takes a little bit of the dagger heart part with the hope and fear with the plot die and everything else.
Don't get
True.
sidetracked. Find that storm stuff.
I am writing. Don't worry.
Yeah, I think mostly from what we've experienced, it was mostly for the whole lore of the world and stuff. It's been amazing hearing the story and all the little details.
Yeah.
It's very, very fun. Okay. Okay. Isso. And the second one that I need is okay. You managed to barricade yourselves. Relatively, well, seems to be strong enough, I guess. But it's going to be a very, very hard situation. It's going to be a very, very bad situation. If one of those windows or doors slams open, there is a good opportunity that you are going to suffer. And it's going to be really hard for you to make do with that because you have to stay inside even if that happens. Because going outside is a worse option than death itself.
I have a question.
Yes.
Is there a basement? We're inside the house, right?
Yeah.
Is there a basement anywhere? Like a trapdoor?
Good question. Make me a deduction or a I'm gonna give you three choices: either deduction, insight, or perception.
Deduction? Deduction. I'll do it. That is a 16.
16. There is what seems to be some sort of the equivalent of a wine cellar. Not too large, however. With all four of you, a little bit cramped, but not as cramped as it could have been. If you do barricade yourselves here, it's going to be a gamble because there might be a chance that this can flood as well. So depending, maybe this can be a Hail Mary and this might help you out, or you never know. I'll leave those decisions up to you. I'll just give you any relevant information depending on the roles or anything that you might ask for.
Okay. We should use the wine cellar as a plan B if the doors can't hold.
Sounds like a good idea.
The podcast for this session is going to be so nice.
Aaron, did you enjoy the session?
I am going to approach Kathan. Write it down so I don't forget.
Kathan, yeah.
And I'm going to say, well, the storm is approaching. We have time if you want to explain a little bit more about these things.
Right, I did promise. They're called the Deep Ones. They're not monsters, but they're not good either. The deepest ones are... we call them Makaim. The ones from the depths. They are ruthless. They move through solid matter like it's smoke. They can reshape entire battlefields. Drag enemies down and suffocate them. They're after me. They're not here to kill me, they want to take me back.
Back where?
Back to our home.
Our?
You... You know us as Parshendi. You fight us. You have been fighting us for years. Fighting a war against us the past 3 years. Way over yonder, down west, in the Shattered Plains. My home is in the midst of those unclaimed hills. Over them. North. I am different from my people. But the truth is, they simply forgot. Gods, there are so many things that we forgot. So many songs. So many rhythms. But there is one that never mind, I just you know what spren are, right?
Would I know?
Those little X's, those purple, like bulbous, crawling
Right.
motes of fear. Those are spren. They appear both as like for concepts like emotions, or whenever you make a campfire. There are fire spren. Whenever there's rain, there are rain spren. Whenever there's water spren. Things of that sort.
Right, I know.
Please, whatever you see next, steady yourself. I promise he wishes you no harm. You see Cathan sit on a old chest, long emptied. And you just hear him say, "Come out." And whatever little light that you have here, casting on you, you see that shadow projected behind Cathan on the wall. And you see on that shadow, black as night, little horns show up on Cathan's head, on his shadow. But they're not really horns. They start swirling and more start appearing around like a halo. Patterns. As it starts shimmering up and moving from the shadow, and you see the wall is full of these patterns. A beautiful, almost like a mandala of incomprehensible concepts for you. And you hear this doubling voice, almost metallic in nature. Catham. Catham. Your lies. Delicious. That was not a lie. Zere. That was yet an omission. Mission? No mission. Many things that I not know. But I learn. Learn, and you see the patterns vibrate with the voice. He's my spren. But I promise you, he's not one of the desolations. He's not part of that. I think. Truth. Lies. And starts swirling and just moving up to the ceiling. And you see this pattern move and vibrate with whenever it speaks. Tell me lies. Feed me. Do you have any lies to tell? As Katham turns to you, Zeth.
I wish to protect you.
Good lie. Yummy lie. Katham just laughs it off awkwardly. The storm shutters start raging against the walls and the stone. You can come back later. As he hums, the pattern comes and just disappears into the patterns of the brick and the stone texture. Blending in almost, you're not entirely sure. Whenever you look at that same wall, it's kind of like you still see that pattern there, but you're not entirely sure. Regardless, we have a storm to weather. And that wine cellar seems to get better by the minute.
It sure does. I would like to find Master Shuri. Is she around?
I mean, it'd be like a few feet away.
Question is she still like piggybacking me or not? Am I still
At this
carrying
point,
her
like
at this point?
you've been like
I mean, I've-
barricading, so I
Yeah,
assume.
I've been helping him do the board thing. Oh. Oh.
Unless you picked her up for whatever reason.
To
I don't
board
know.
up higher.
True.
Master Shuri, how are you feeling? It seems like the storm is approaching.
Mm-hmm. Shuri, okay.
Very good.
As those 7 hours pass, the storm finally arrives. And as that rain starts hitting, the hail starts slamming, thundering, drumming against those storm shutters. Water starts seeping from that rain. Thunder, lightning hitting outside. You feel the entire walls shake. Dust from the upper floor. Like a giant is dancing outside, making fun of your little house. Huff and puff and huff and puff that storm goes. However, that is not a big bad wolf outside. That is something entirely different. With every growing moment, with every growing hour, it just gets more and more and more aggressive. One of the barricades from the windows shakes aggressively. Hail starts hitting, drumming, almost like a rhythm. And then there's no rhythm, it's just chaos. Something hits, something large. The wall shakes. You hunker down, you instinctively just cover yourselves. Something else hits. 2 hours in, the barricade seems to... One of the windows slams open as the boxes fall. All those planks go splintering and flying as you feel that cold, blistering air seeping into your bones. The rain is... That's not rain, those are needles. The hail, everything's hitting on you. You just... You just hear Cathan. The cellar! Quickly! Open the cellar!
Go! I signal to Neville to just open the hatch quickly. I would assume that we kind of boarded up the hatch a little bit, just to, once we go in, we close it and it's like kind of sealed.
Mm-hmm.
So we rapidly go inside and close it.
All right, you just close it. You kind of make sure you maybe like bed down and somehow close, or like try to, close those gaps with whatever putty, clay, creme, anything, wax, even whatever is on hand. You try to close any of those gaps, and you feel everything above you shake. Moments later, a louder slam and thud, this thunderous rumble above you as you realize the door slammed open. Everything that was barring it is now currently above you. And all of that keeps just... all of that noise, all of that chaos above you keeps you at bay. You cannot fall asleep. You are constantly waiting when, not if, but when the cellar is going to start filling up with water, because there are drips seeping through, and it starts getting louder as you hear that. Cathan just kind of like grabs any empty bottles of wine that he can find and just instinctively puts it on the ladder underneath the hatch to try and cover it up. He turns to Shuri and just... It seems to, right now, holds on to the shelves. Right now would be the moment. The stormy the state's passing by. It's above us, Shurina.
As he says that, Shuri, for the first time, will actually start humming something. And I don't mean I mean like actual humming a song. Also, Alex, I'm hearing myself from your mic.
I was wanted to hear your beautiful voice better, so my headset is a little loud.
But as she does, you start seeing the marble starts to coalesce in certain areas, and then protrusion starts to appear, like chitinous material, like almost like plates of sorts. Not very heavy, not very thick, but just start protruding from her skin. Also red in the same coloration of the marbling. And from her shoulders, like there's this like chitinous carapace protrusion that starts to form, and then like plates, like joint plates, start forming down her back, like a cloak made of shell. As like from behind her neck, also starts to form in the same shape of like position on top of each other, like plates, to make some sort of a hood, until from behind her mandible, just two pieces of shell just close to make a face mask. And she just well, that took a while. It's good to be out of that form, I must say. Cathan, are you okay?
I'm fine, but he kind of like pauses for a moment and just. I think we're trapped here, and I don't mean this lightly, but he puts his hand onto the hatch and tries to push it, and it doesn't budge, like it's a ceiling. I think whatever we barricaded the door with fell on top of the hatch.
Well, that's just wonderful.
And he looks down, and like you see his feet sloshing on the water as you realize yourselves that the cellar is starting to quickly fill up with water.
Question.
Yes.
First of all, Shuri will start like humming like this calm song. Basically just humming the rhythm of I'd say peace, just to calm her emotions. Start to assess the situation, look at the room, try to look for something like some sort of a vent or something that allows for the passage of air.
Mm-hmm.
Since usually there's not only one door onto wine shop.
I mean, the cellar here is supposed to.
Alexi, your mic again.
Now we can.
Am I back?
Okay, now you're back. Yeah.
Okay, there you go. This cellar like doesn't seem to have a lot of like intricate, let's say, thought behind it. Like it's mostly like focused to keep like the wine somewhat chill, since like the materials around it's more like clay like. So it's a lot of like creme walls and ceilings. It's kind of like a little bit of like a mud, like a solidified mud box underneath, with like obviously some other mixes of materials to keep it somewhat solid.
Mm-hmm.
So that one opening typically is the only one where air, or in this case, air and water, is the only thing that.
Okay, then is there like a place where the floor seems like weaker? There are floorboards or something above us, or is it just like mud?
Mostly mud. Yeah, mud and just the wooden hatch.
Okay. Well, and I suppose the doors open upwards, of course. Yes.
Yeah.
I turn to
You hear a hum from Katham that you realize to be like kind of like almost the contrary of yours. This very anxious tune. As he just turns like, I wish to be as calm as you are right now, but I would hate to urge you. We need to find a way out of here, quickly and. What did I do? I'm sorry, I trapped you all here. This.
Breathe. And I take a look at the hatch. Like, there's any thing I can exploit, like hinge or something. I shouldn't probably be able to access the hinges from where we are right now, but
I mean, you could like somewhat understand and guess where. I mean, from the gaps where like it's now water falling through, you can somewhat see or understand where the hinges would be.
okay. Then I want to grab my sword and try to go for the place where water seems to be pouring out and just try to weaken that side just slightly more. Just create an opening for...
Okay, make me an athletics check.
Big money, no whammies. Okay, that's not terrible. That's a 16 plus 3, so that's a 19.
19. Clink. You feel something give as the hatch just more water starts falling in, and you see the hatches.
I would suggest everyone to take a few steps back.
Yes, master.
And I grab my bow and I lock an arrow and just point at that specific spot and set it loose.
Let's see. It's a short bow.
It's a short bow.
I believe that would be, if I'm not mistaken, that would be light weaponry. So roll me for light weaponry.
I have that. And I'm good at it. Okay, that's 23.
23. Water starts sloshing in as the hatch falls down, and you see what appears to be half of a chest and a couple of heavier crates just tumbling down as water starts just cascading inside. It was to your knees before, but it is now like rapidly reaching your thighs.
So now we get outside and try to find a way to stay safe, I guess. And I just walk upstairs.
Let's move.
Let's
You-
go.
Move upstairs. You try to cover yourselves from the blistering, cutting wind. The rain, hail, everything that's hitting you feels like little daggers and needles hitting every single aspect of your body that isn't covered by something substantial. And as you kind of try to find a corner, you see Cathan kind of stop as you like get farther away from the blasted open door and window, and he just kind of like standing there getting hit by everything, his clothes soaked completely, soaked through to the bone. And you see him just stop and just. I'm sorry. This is completely my fault. I will make this right.
What? I can't hear you.
You see his lips move. Looks at you. Extends his hand. Gives up a painful smile and just... does a wave, and you feel something like some sort of weird, that same sensation, that same force 3 days ago, but this time it's different. It's stronger. And you hear a rhythm, Shuri. It's different this time. Resolve. Neville. Looking at Cathan, you see a light around him. The same that you had in your marks. The same light that people use to charge them, stormlight. And you swear you see a woman, spiritual. A spren.
I'm gonna try to just lean slightly closer to the spirit. Very carefully. The way she bounces, I'll bounce the same way. And moving at the same speed as she moves.
You see her look at you and just... She looks at Cathan. And then looks at his shadow, and you see Zera. The pattern vibrating. Another spren that you met earlier. You just see Cathan just close his eyes. And all of you hear this booming, almost like it's in your mind, his voice. Life before death. Strength before weakness. Journey before destination. The light grows as the woman smiles, and Zera is pleased. You hear the female voice and Zera speak together. You have spoken the first ideal, but you have done it before. Speak the second. I am a coward. And my fear left her to die. And the light grows. He turns his back on you and walks through the door into the storm, his light obfuscating. You're gonna cover your faces more than through the regular rain, and you just see him look up, and he starts levitating, almost like he's being taken by the wind. The friends joining him, disappearing in that rain. You all just bundled up together until the only thing that's left outside is a drizzle of rain. As the high storm passes, you manage to live through the night. However, you are all terribly, terribly sick. Sniffling, shivering, most probably somewhere on that edge of hypothermia, if not already suffering from it. But you have definitely, well, not been paid by the escort mission that you didn't want.
We did this shit for free. But hey, at least I'm in my nimble form now. Hey.
Objective complete.
And as you kind of like start making way through the drizzle, trying to fight.
Because I have a face mask and.
Moving through this village, well, we'll see what our travelers, our sellswords do in the future. But thank you all so much for watching today's session. If you wish to watch our sessions, you can find them on the Red Video app, your typical one. Or you can listen to them on your favorite podcast streaming platform. And don't forget to join us on our social media to keep up with some of our best moments. And for all of our subscribers, if you wish to watch today's VOD, you can do it right now. Before we say goodbye, though, I will ask our guests here to leave out where we can find them and their work. And anything you want to promote, you can do it right now. So, Aaron, go ahead.
As I've been saying for the past few streams, I opened up my Instagram account for my maps. So the maps I've been drawing here at the guild and other maps I may be drawing outside of it are going to be posted, but that are going to be posted there. So it's Erin Cartographer Study. So everything just a single name. And I just noticed that I said the platform. It's okay. It's okay.
The rainbow photo app.
The photo app.
Photo app. The one that's been the longest running app that we're going for right now, and you guys get it. Starts. It's an instant, and it weighs a couple of grams, I'd say. But yeah, Erin Cartographer Study, all single word. Go there, give a brother some support, and yeah, that's pretty much it.
Let's go.
All right. Egan.
Well, same as always. You can find me here at the guild, the Video Master. But you can also find me on other platforms under the name Sierra Level Productions. I'm a videographer and video editor, also photographer, specialized in cosplay. So, yeah, that's it.
Like a boss.
Hell yeah. All right, Speedy.
I got nothing. Well, I do have plans on streaming again, some video game playing, but but that's about it. My name is Speedy Saints. I even wrote a message on chat, so if you guys want to check it out. But there's nothing too grand going on, so that's
Zay,
it.
you're gonna pick up streaming. That's good.
Yeah, I hope so. Yeah,
Hell
we'll see.
yeah.
No,
Let's
you
hope
don't
so.
hope so. Listen here. You're gonna fucking do it.
All right. Sorry. Well, I have to do it, I guess.
Hell yeah. Well, lastly, it is moi. You can find me at the Rainbow Photo app at callme.sticks, all written. I finished up with Art Fight, so that is, water's under the bridge. But next year I'll be back. That's pretty much it. Well, you can also find me here at the Magnificent Guild, DMing Syndicate 6 and playing Grom in Curse of Strahd.
Yeah, I didn't say they could find me here at the guild because it's the only thing I do.
It's kind of like it's the only.
You
By the way-
reinforce it. Just that.
By the way, what a great session. That was awesome. Well done.
Yeah.
I'm glad you enjoyed it.
Yeah, Cosmere is great.
Yeah, it's an amazing world. Give some love to Brandon Sanderson. Not like he's like a struggling author or anything, as you can clearly see.
Obviously.
But yeah, it's a great system, great world. Yeah, go give it some love if you can. But yeah, with that, guys, stick around for just a little bit so we can rate someone, spread the love, and also write some words, whatever it is that you're watching us, especially if you're watching us on the Purple streaming app. Please do, type in some.
I didn't like lurkers.
Yeah, just type in some gibberish.
Just
But yeah,
keyboard smash that shit.
see you guys all next week. Bye bye. You guys have like
Bye-bye.
5 sessions, 5 streams to
Yeah.
see. So like,
We have a lot of shit. Bye bye.
Do so much.